Let's just give you those teams again then. Sunderland unchanged from midweek. Patterson in goal, a back four of Huggins, Ballard, O'Nien and Hume. Dan Neil holding with Clark, Pritchard, Bellingham and Barr behind Mason Burso, who starts up top. Anik is in goal for Cardiff, and G, Gutas, McGuinness and Collins are back four. Winkle, Rawls and Siopis across the middle. And it's Mate and Grant up alongside Ike Ugbo, who leads the line. We're about to get underway here. The all-blue strip of Cardiff City, the red and white stripes of Sunderland. We're almost set. Another big crowd, expectant crowd, hopeful crowd, great atmosphere. What better way to spend your Sunday afternoon, Neil Redfern?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these are the games that you want to go and see because, you know, we know how competitive the Championship is. They throw up these games and they're really good to watch. You know, and I like what Errol Bullock's doing with Cardiff. You know, he's making real strides forward with this side. And something's got to give this afternoon because this is a Sunderland side in good form.
It is. So, we are seconds away from the action here at the Stadium of Light, as the players will take the knee before the game here. Some of the Sunderland players choosing to stand, and we're about to get underway. We were here a few weeks ago. Sunderland were in front inside a minute. Will we get off to an electric start today? We will find out right here on TalkSport 2. Mark Wilson and Neil Redfern. It's Sunderland against Cardiff. And we're underway at the Stadium of Light. And an early touch for Jack Anik, the former Newcastle man. There were a few boos. They don't forget in this part of the world. He's all in black, clears it forward, and Winkle will get it down. And then G has it over on the far side. He's out for a throw into Cardiff just over the halfway line.
Yeah, I think Cardiff have made their intentions clear by the way that that ball went back to Anik, and straight away it's gone into the front, and they're looking to try and set the stall out in Sunderland's half if they can. That's exactly what they're doing at this moment in time.
Yeah, they are. Ball over on the Cardiff right-hand side. They've kept it in. They'll get the ball back into Siopis, who comes back inside his own half, and now they'll look to build across to this near side where Jamil Collins has it. But his attempted pass forward was blocked by Barr, who's giving chase, but Collins was quick enough to get it back to Anik. And now Cardiff have curtained again the boos for the former Newcastle man. And he's going to get the ball back again today. Plenty of times you feel. Ball now. Here, Mark McGuinness, who will play out from the back. So Sunderland not really had a kick yet. Now Anik's under a bit of pressure. Now he's got to get rid of it as Burstow closed him down. And O'Nien did well. Just ducked under the ball and it'll fall to the feet of Dan Ballard. And Sunderland finally, a minute or so in, get a touch of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't really pressed from the start, but there was a good press there by Sunderland and forced the keeper to go along. It's good play by the back line to regain possession as that ball goes flying over their heads. But, you know, I think Sunderland have been quite measured. You know, they've not gone flying into Cardiff. They've kept the shape. They're waiting for the Cardiff Blues to try and give the ball away as they reach that mid area where there's a mid block of red and white shirts. So it's going to be a cagey opening, I would have thought.
It's a busy old afternoon in the Premier League today. If you've got the app, you can swipe left and right. You can hear Sam Matterface and the show on Sunday over on TalkSport, where Arsenal 1, Spurs 1, Brighton 1, Bournemouth 1, Chelsea 0, Villa 0, Liverpool 1, West Ham 1. All those four latest scores. Earlier on, Stoke 1, Hull 3. Full-time score there. Another good victory for Liam Rosenior's side as Sunderland have it on halfway. Nice turn from Bellingham. Then a lovely pass to Pritchard. Pritchard to Clark. Clark will lay it back on halfway. Sunderland just starting to pop off a few passes here early on at the Stadium of Light. The confidence, 11 goals in their last 3 games, really must be flowing through these youngsters as O'Nien gets it to Barr on the near side. He just retreats back in his own half and pops off the pass, and Ballard now will bring it forward midway inside his own half. That win for Hull actually took them to 4th, just a place above Sunderland, who dropped to 5th on the back of that, but Sunderland can jump back above Hull with a win here. 15 points for Hull, Sunderland on 13. There is a gap though to the top 3. Leicester, Ipswich and Preston have got a 5-point cushion over the chasing pack already, despite the fact we're only 8 games into the Championship season. Ball at the back with Patterson, who's all in yellow. Got his socks pulled up high over his knees, and he will roll it into the feet of Dan Neil, who's not got Pierre Ecker alongside him today. Ball played forward, comes off a Cardiff player, and it's out for a throw-in on halfway to Sunderland. 0-0 early stages here. Neil Redfern.
Yeah, it's been quite a cagey opening, to be fair. I think both sides are trying to feel one another out and see where the weaknesses lie, where the space is to try and exploit. just going back to that little sequence of passing play by Sunderland when they regain the ball, so quick and precise. You know, they've got some talented young players.
They have, and here's one of them now. Jack Clark working his way into the penalty area, but the door closed by Perry and G. Good defending. And I think the referee's blown for a free kick, and G was bundled over as he went to clear it downfield. So a free kick for Cardiff City and a chance to clear their lines. Bright start though here, but it is Sunderland 0, Cardiff 0.
Yeah, both sides look really comfortable in possession. You know, it's something you'd expect from sides, you know, basically in the top half of the table. But I think from Cardiff's point of view, they'll maybe see this as an opportunity. They're looking at that front line and how important it looks, and it's keeping that Sunderland back four honest. You know, they've not been able to get full-backs forward at this moment.
Well, headed away by Sunderland, flick down the line. Burstow's going to give chase to it, and he's trying to hold off the attentions there of Gutas, and he's going to earn himself a free kick eventually. Well, no, when Tony Mowbray signed Mason Burstow, they had to, I think, fight off the attentions of plenty of clubs. He just said, look, he's a big athletic forward, and watching him in training, he knows where the back of the net is. So I think they were really pleased to get a player of his calibre in the doors.
Yeah, and that was real quality hold-up play by him. Got his body in, and he's still on the move as he's shielding the ball. He's got two blue shirts round him, but he buys his team a free kick in a really good position here.
Free kick for Sunderland. About 25 yards out. He's right over on the left-hand side, but it's going to be Alex Pritchard who's going to take it. He's probably about 5 yards in from the touchline. He's going to right foot swing it in, so he's one of those, he's maybe aiming for that far post area. There are plenty of Sunderland bodies in the box. Here comes the delivery now towards the penalty spot area. It's bouncing around, and in the end it was headed towards goal by Burstow. Didn't quite get enough on it, and Anik is able to collect comfortably.
Yeah, that's a decent ball in, to be fair, from Pritchard. It's got good pace on it, comes in at the right height. It's away from the keeper, so they've got to defend it. And they weren't really convincing there, Cardiff. I think they got away with one there.
Yeah, they did indeed. Ball is played forward. I can say that Brighton have gone in front against Bournemouth early in the second half. 2-1 there. Here Sunderland will bring it down, but they've given it away, and there's a chance now to come forward. Ugbo gets it away midway inside the Sunderland half. Good tackle from Neil, but the ball will fall to a blue shirt, and rather unfortunately for them, Yaku Maitai tried to get a header on it, and the player outside him was in a much better position, Joe Rawls, and Maitai flicked it away from him and out for a throw into Sunderland. Just got away with one there, Sunderland, almost caught in possession.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good opportunity there for Cardiff. Just a little bit of communication from Rawls. He was the one that could see everything, but the ball's flicked out for a throw into Sunderland.
Yeah, did indeed. And here now is Pritchard looking to break, gets it out wide to Clark. Clark on halfway, left touchline, drives forward. Blue shirts backing away from Clark. They know the threat that he possesses. He gets it away now to Dan Neil. Neil will roll the ball out now on this near side. It's Abdullah Bar who has it. Level with the edge of the penalty area, rolls it back. Hume's going to put in an early cross, and it was headed away. Needed to be as well by Mark McGuinness. And now they're going to look to try and break Cardiff, but they've just overrun it on the far side. Mate again just couldn't keep it in. It's out for a throw-in. Better from Sunderland.
Yeah, there's a real buzz of expectation when Jack Clark gets the ball. You can sense that amongst the Sunderland supporters. They know he's got the quality to unlock this Cardiff defence. They need to get him as much ball as they can out there on the left.
Ball on halfway. Here now is Neil wearing the red boots. Gets it to Ballard, pops the pass to Pritchard, gets it straight back. 0-0. If you just joined us here, you're live on TalkSport 2. Mark Wilson and Neil Redfern with you. 7 gone. But Sunderland just starting to impose themselves here now as they try to play it down the line. Clark, his pass was rebuffed, and then he's going to earn a throw-in as Maite challenged him on that far side. You can see the confidence in Clark. You mentioned the crowd getting excited. He'll be getting excited as well when he gets the ball.
Yeah, he will, and you can see Perry and G looking, you know, every time he receives it, and he's aware of the spacing behind him. He knows Clark's, you know, really skillful at attacking them sort of areas. It's going to be a bit of a problem for Cardiff.
Ooh, Barr overran that, and Barr lunged in on Rawls, and he's caught Rawls here, and the Cardiff players are not happy. I think this is just going to be a yellow card for Abdullah Barr, but it didn't look pretty, and Rawls has certainly been caught, and he's down, and the referee's already drawn that yellow card. Yet to brandish it to Barr. He's just checking on the well-being of the Cardiff captain, Joe Rawls, who's down injured at the moment. Well, that wasn't a very nice challenge.
No, I don't think there was any intent there. I just think he slipped into that challenge bar. I mean, he was fully committed, I think he's trying to stay on his feet and loses his footing, but it looks horrific, to be fair. It does well, Rawls, to come out of that, but just shows you there's a little bit of zip on the surface, a little bit uneasy for defenders.
Yeah. It's amazing how often you see that a player loses control and feels that desperation to try and win it back and maybe just extends, but Rawls is back up on his feet, thankfully, and he's moved forward as the free kick is knocked into the Sunderland half, where Huggins is beaten in the air by Mayte. Now it's cleared forward, looking for Burstow. The ball will bounce through to McGuinness. McGuinness will head it forward, and then it's headed back into the penalty area of Cardiff, and Jack Anick will come and collect it. 0-0 here, 9 gone.
Yeah, I just think at this moment in time it's a little bit safe from both sides, you know, until Sunderland get the ball out to Clark and then they go up a gear. But Cardiff happy at this moment to sort of keep everything intact, make it difficult for Sunderland. They are making their way forward now again.
Yeah, well, almost lost the ball there, but regathered in the heart of the Cardiff midfield, and here now is Karlan Grant, formerly of Huddersfield, on loan from West Bromwich Albion. I was a bit surprised when Cardiff got Karlan Grant. I always looked at him as a threat, certainly in the Championship. Ball spread out wide to the Sunderland left-hand side, and maybe Huggins could have ducked out of the way of that. He tried to head it, and then he tries to win the ball back. Neal tries to step in, but Cardiff have got the ball back wide on the right-hand side. They're looking to spread play across to this near side, and Karlan Grant. The ball will skip off the wet surface, and in the end, all he can do is knock it out for a throw-in instead of a goal kick. Still 0-0 here. Tell you that Brighton's second goal, Mitoma with it. Bournemouth were in front, Solanke with a goal on 25 minutes, but Kirkes with an own goal in first half added on time, and then Mitoma straight after half time, so Brighton have turned that one around. In the North London derby, also an own goal there for Romero, put Arsenal in front before Heung-min Son got the goal to make it 1-1 in that one. Goalless at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea against Aston Villa, Liverpool 1, West Ham 1. And Salah put Liverpool in front 16 minutes before Jarrod Bowen equalised just before the break. And the 4:30 kick-off updates that on TalkSport. Sheffield United take on Newcastle United in that one. It is goalless in the Scottish Premiership between Aberdeen and Ross County Rangers and Motherwell. Those games kicked off at 3, and earlier on Stoke 1, Hull 3 was a full time. You heard it live on TalkSport 2. Here it's 0-0. Cardiff have got the ball. Collins has it. He'll go back, and Cardiff looking to build here and spread play across to NG on the far side. Patient stuff from them.
Yeah, I think when Cardiff do get the ball into the front, they do carry menace. You can see that, and I think it's not quite happened for them at this moment in time. But I think if they can get strikers isolated with defenders, they could be able to create something for themselves. But they'll be happy with the clean sheet at this moment in time as the away side.
Yeah, and just overhit a pass there out to Grant, and you know, we know the water, the pitch is very humid up here in the northeast today. It's quite overcast but humid conditions, but the pitch looks very slick. There's been a few passes that have been overhit early on here as Sunderland clear the ball, and it bounces over Tony Mowbray and into the Cardiff dugout down below as we're right up at the back of the main stand here at the Stadium of Light. 0-0. No real efforts on goal as such, just that Burstow header from the set piece that was comfortably dealt with by Jack Anick. And the ball thrown forward by Cardiff, have it down there left hand side, partially headed away. Bellingham will flick it on. Pritchard knew he wasn't going to win it in the air, couldn't challenge for it, and now there could be a chance here for Ugbo. He spreads it wide. Thought he was going to unleash a shot from 25 yards, he didn't in the end, and Cardiff do well with Mayte to hold possession. He gets it away. Now here comes Gutas, goes wide on the Cardiff right. Cardiff inside the Sunderland half. Good challenge from Clark. It's out for a throw in. I think, as you said, Neil, they just haven't quite found that last pass into the final third, but they're certainly showing plenty of confidence here, the visitors.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that Sunderland are struggling to clear the lines a little bit, you know, with that physicality that Cardiff have got up front. There's 2 or 3 challenges there that Cardiff have come away with the ball. They've not been able to get good clearances on it, Sunderland, but it's a close game.
It is. It's still 0-0 here. If you've just joined us, we'll keep you up to date with the goals that going in the Premier League. And now here's Cardiff. That's a neat turn from Ugbo. Corner of the area. Tried to slide it through. Couldn't find a teammate. Here's Grant now. Grant will hit this. And the line was right from our high vantage point, but he got right underneath it and shovels it over the crossbar. But at least a bit of attacking intent in that one. Akante has been a third goal at the Emirates, and it is a Saka penalty. Arsenal 2, Tottenham 1. latest score in the North London derby. So goals going in the Premier League. None here yet though, early stages, around about 14 on the clock. Here, Sunderland 0, Cardiff 0, and maybe a different kind of proposition for Sunderland, who are used to having quite a lot of the ball, aren't they? And Cardiff have come and said, we're happy, give us the ball, we'll have it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of lack of tempo from both sides. You know, both sides have sort of comfortably kept possession. There's not one side that's looking to press and put the opposition under pressure. You know, and it looks pleasing on the eye, but I think it's yet to get going, really. You know, and I think that Cardiff are sensing that if they just step onto Sunderland a little bit, they think there's a little bit of joy there for them.
Yeah, the problem, if you like, from a Sunderland perspective, they like to play quick and on the break, and Cardiff are quite happy just to hold their shape, aren't they, at the moment?
Yeah, and it's quite a low block as well, so there's no space in behind for Sunderland.
Yeah, ball out over on the far side with Sunderland. Here's Dan Ballard. Ballard gets it away. Down below us is O'Neill. He gets the ball back to Ballard, who moves it wide to Huggins. Huggins on that far side. Dennis Sirkin at the moment is one of several injuries for Sunderland at the moment. They bring it forward when they've got it back. And again, Cardiff are just happy to sit off and let the home side pass it around. There's not too much going on at the moment. Ball now back into the centre circle. Dan Neal will come forward. He'll get it out wide. Jack Clark's just dropped deep, looking to try and get the ball, and Pritchard made a run through the middle, but they didn't see it. And you can just sense the crowd are just almost waiting for something to happen here. They want Sunderland to try and commit some bodies forward, but this is part of the game now. You've got to be prepared to wait, to try and prise your opposition open as the ball was fired into Pritchard. It'll break here now for Bellingham. He gets it wide for Barr. Barr looks up. Corner of the area, is he going to have a shot? He's going to try and float it in for Burstow. It was cleared away, 6 yards out. McGuinness will head it, it'll fall to Dan Neal. Is he going to let one fly? No, he's not. He's going to go back now to Huggins. Here's Clark wide on the left-hand side, 25 yards out. Rolls it back to Dan Neal. Neal tries to fire the ball. Bellingham with a header. It's a soft cushion header, and it's straight into the arms of Anik. But that, a really patient build-up from Sunderland. They almost created a great opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great ball in on the angle, really, to find Bellingham. The header's a little bit casual. I think if he really puts his neck into that and steers it back into the far corner, I don't think Amwick will have seen it, but just it started from a mistake. They got themselves into a good shape, Cardiff, and then they managed to jump out, and Sunderland started picking them off, and some of the football is absolutely brilliant once they get it going, 1 and 2 touch round the box.
Yeah, Cardiff breaking forward, but Barr tracking back did well. Here's Bellingham, drives forward, gets it to Pritchard. 15 yards over halfway, just comes back. I mentioned Arsenal have gone in front through that second penalty when Heung-min Son has equalised. 2 for him, it's 2-2. What a game that is. Updates of it over on TalkSport in the Sunday session with Sam Matterface this afternoon.
It's been a breath of fresh air, hasn't he, Ange Postecoglou?
Yeah, he has.
Different Spurs now.
Yeah, it is. They're not going to die wondering, are they?
No.
As Burstow does well to lay it back. Ball now over halfway. Neal tried to get Huggins in down the left. He might go that way again. He gets it to Clark. Clark cuts in edge of the area, trying to feed it to Burstow. It'll fall back to Clark right on the 18-yard line. Just has to turn away from goal, but retains possession now. Now they'll come to this near side. Hume does well. Gets it across to Abdullah Barr. Barr's got Hume with him if he needs him. Couple of step overs. Back to Hume. Hume will square it. Across goal here to Neal. Neal slides it. Great ball. Huggins into the area. Just his touch let him down and allowed Cardiff to poke it behind. But that was better. That was the Sunderland that we're coming to know and love.
Yeah, brilliant play by Sunderland. Kept the momentum in and around the penalty area, and it really put Cardiff on the back foot, and it's a great spot to slide the ball inside the fullback into Huggins, and his touch just lets him down at the last minute, but brilliant from Sunderland.
Ball played short. Clark's going to fire it in, headed away at the near post. Not the best delivery from the informed Clark, and they'll go back towards halfway, Sunderland, but just signs they're flickering into life here. 18 gone, 0-0. If you've just joined us, Mark Wilson and Neil Redfern. Here's Clark again, the go-to man. Mate having to get back to defend him, and G comes across. Clark falls to the ground. Referee said that was good defending from Cardiff, and they'll bring the ball forward, and G, using his experience, will now look to play it forward finds the pass in field to Siopis, and he gets it back. And now Cardiff finally getting the ball back. Seems an eternity since they last had it, but defended the position pretty well.
Yeah, they did, and they're happy to just sit in there at this moment, Cardiff. You know, you can see from Errol Bullett's side that he's not too fussed about committing too many bodies forward too early in this game. You know, they're happy with that clean sheet, and the more they can frustrate Sunderland, I think the more they think they've got a chance of getting a result out of this.
Yeah, well, here now goes Siopis looking for the crossfield switch. Can Mate get on the end of it? Huggins is tracking back and had first run on Mate and did well. And now we'll just play it inside to Ballard, who's under pressure. I thought for a second he had given it away. He has, and Cardiff have got it edge of the area. Grant leaves it for Rawls, 25 yards out. Moves it onto his right foot. Shots deflected. And eventually collected by Patterson, but that was half a chance. We know Joe Rawls can hit them from that kind of distance. Sunderland just a little bit sloppy playing the ball out from inside their own area.
Yeah, it was a loose pass and a straight pass. Always difficult. You know, when you're trying to clear your lines, it wasn't a good connection. And I think that Cardiff are happy to just rely on, you know, the regains to try and get into this Sunderland side. 2 or 3 times now they have looked dangerous in and around the box, you know, and particularly into Ugbo's feet.
Ball over on the far side. Cardiff have it. Charged down by Clark and out for a throw-in. So just a little bit of a hush at the Stadium of Light here. They were maybe expecting a little bit more goal-mouth action. These two have been banging in the goals. Last 3 for Sunderland, 5-0, 3-1 and 3-1, whereas 3-2, 2-0 and a 3-2 loss for Cardiff in their last 3. So goals are plenty, but at the moment the two teams cancelling each other out as Clark's pass was just a little bit too heavy for Burstow, who's going to chase down Anik though. He's going to put him under pressure, and Anik has to put his left foot through it and clears it all the way downfield. Trey Hume will head it out for a throw-in. He's not quite got into the game yet, Mason Burstow. You can see what he's about, but Sunderland are not quite finding him in the right areas of the field at the moment.
No, they're not. I mean, the service hasn't been great, and the support has been poor. It's been slow, you know, the support up to him. Nobody's really run past him to create some space as well. And I think it's something that Tony Mowbray might identify at half-time. Plus as well, you know, just to raise the tempo a little bit. You fill the stadium. You can almost see it, feel it, you know, waiting to go off. But you need to give them something. This moment in time, they're not, Sunderland.
Yeah, still 0-0. Sunderland have got it at the back here. You're live on TalkSport 2. More live Championship football tomorrow. Coventry against Huddersfield Town under their new boss, Darren Moore. It's still 2-2 Arsenal Tottenham. Brighton 2, Bournemouth 1. Still Chelsea 0, Aston Villa 0. And Liverpool 1, West Ham 1. Still to come in the Premier League this afternoon. Sheffield United take on Newcastle. 4:30 start at Bramall Lane. Here now is Pritchard skipping forward down that left-hand side. Gets it to Clark, level with the edge of the box, looking to cut back onto his right foot. Fires it into Pritchard, who did well to control it. Wasn't the best pass. Gets it now. Here's Trey Hume has it. He's 30 yards out. Comes to Barr. Barr has it. Will feed it into Burstow. He's just come to the edge of the box. Finds Barr, who's in on goal here. Tries to pull it back for Pritchard. And his shot deflected. Inches wide of the far post. You thought he was going to put his foot through it there, Pritchard. He went for precision, and he was inches away from giving Sunderland the lead. What a move.
Yeah, brilliant play by Sunderland. I think there's just a touch right at the death to just guide it wide of the post. I mean, it deserved to be a goal, to be honest with you. Brilliant play by Barr. Little give and go. You know, Perry G just gives up the ghost, thinks he's playing him offside, and he's not. He's on. To be honest with you, think that's got to be nestling in the back of the net. Great play.
Yeah, I thought he was going to hit that hard there. Núñez has put Liverpool 2-1 up at Anfield against West Ham. Here now is a chance for Neil from the edge of the area. Well, he was encouraged to shoot, and he lets fly, and it goes just over the top. That's got the fans off their feet. Good little spell for Sunderland, but it's still 0-0.
Yeah, Errol Bullett's quite animated down there in the technical area. The lack of urgency there from Cardiff to deal with the problem. You know, and the time there, Sunderland, to pick the spot if they had the presence of mind, but the move to begin with, absolutely first class.
Yeah, the pass from Burstow to Barr sliced them open, didn't it? And he was very unselfish, pulled it back. He would have been forgiven for having a go at goal there, Barr. But it was cleared off the line as Mate heads it forward, but it's all the way through to Patterson. I can tell you in Scotland, Miovski has put Aberdeen 1-0 up over Ross County. Aberdeen 1, Ross County 0. Still Rangers 0, Motherwell 0 in the Scottish Premiership And earlier on in the Championship, you heard it live and exclusive on TalkSport 2. Stoke 1, Hull City 3. So Hull into the top 4 now as Pritchard had an easy pass there to Jack Clark, but he went for the ball downfield to Burstow, and eventually it's Suduanic who will play out from the back. But a little bit of a risky turn there from McGuinness as he tried to play out from the back, and well, they've given it away here. Now Neil's got it, edge of the centre circle. He'll drive forward. Clark peels off to the left-hand side, waiting for Huggins on the overlap. Now Clark will hit it right-footed. It deflects away from goal. Bellingham will pick it back up. Sunderland starting to get on top now. They're starting to fire the passes, find their men in and around the box. Clark to Bellingham. As I say that, Clark gives away a simple ball and Cardiff nick it back. But Cardiff have got to be careful. If they think they can just come here and sit in, Neil, that they're going to have a lot of defending to do.
Yeah, and they've got bright enough players, Sunderland, to unlock this Cardiff defence. We've seen that now on 2 or 3 occasions, particularly in Barr and Clark.
Yeah, Sunderland nil at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea finding goals really hard to come by. Ball now on halfway. Sunderland coming forward again, just over halfway through the first half. 0-0. Jack Clark has it. He's got G backing off. Goes on the outside, puts the cross into Burstow. Good defending from McGuinness, cleared it away. And then O'Neill rather got in the way of his teammate. And the ball cleared forward. Hume wins it back, and Bellingham's pass was just too heavy on this near side. It's out. Listen to that reaction though. Sunderland starting to fire in for some 50-50s now and winning plenty of ball high up the field, and the home fans are loving it. Yeah,
there's a bit more urgency in the play. Sunderland, I think they've sensed it. The crowd are reacting to it. Just need to try and find that goal to just settle the nerves, perhaps, because it is nervy. You've got 2 sides that are in good form. Both have found it difficult to find space, but Sunderland coming on to Cardiff now.
Collins' long throw rather ballooned up out of his hands, but Rolls has won it back, and then he fires a good ball over on the far side here, and Yaku Mete has got an overlapping Wintle outside him. He'll get it to Wintle now. 3 blue shirts waiting in the middle for the cross. It's all the way through. Mete at the far post. What can he do? Drives it across towards goal, and it's cleared away, and Barr now picks it up midway inside his own half. Finds Pritchard. Pritchard's got Bellingham with him, but he couldn't find him. He was anticipating a challenge from behind, and Collins now wins it high up the field. That's a lovely ball. Finds Carlan Grant level with the edge of the area, left hand side, puts in a lovely ball, and it's headed away 6 yards out from goal. So Cardiff now starting to attack themselves.
Yeah, they've just found the pace in this game now, Cardiff. They've realised that if they sit back, then Sunderland are going to pick holes in them and get themselves in front. So there's a bit of a reaction here, which is what Errol Bullock will be looking for.
I can tell there's been a red card at Stamford Bridge. Gusto has been sent off for Chelsea. Chelsea 0, Villa 0, but Chelsea got the remaining 20 minutes or so to play there, down to 10. Here it's 0-0 at the Stadium of Light, and now it's Sunderland defending well as they see the ball out of play over on this near side. 0-0 here, and Sunderland starting to just put themselves in the ascendancy. But despite all that pressure, Anik not really had a save to make. The nearest we've come was Pritchard's shot that was deflected inches wide of the far post. As here now is McGuinness who has it, gets the ball away, and it's Gutas who has it. He gets it away to Wintle. And now Cardiff have it deep in just over their own side of halfway, looking to pass their way forward through this Sunderland team.
Just looking at both sides, Mark, and you can really see a strong identity in this Sunderland side, but less so in this Cardiff side. A lot of the players off the cuff.
Yeah, it looks a little bit disjointed, doesn't it? Certainly in the final third. As here comes Pritchard up towards halfway. He gets it to Clark. Huggins again sprints off down that left touchline, trying to create a bit of space for Clark, who was momentarily dispossessed, then has the strength to win it back, and then holds off the would-be challenge, and then finds a lovely ball to Barr. Barr right-hand side, approaching the edge of the area, puts in an early ball. Burstow just couldn't get on the end of it. Maybe needed to slide in there. It's just in front of him and all the way through the box and out for a throw-in far side.
And we're just looking at that. I mean, it's great play again, great wing play. I mean, they've shown that on countless occasions in this half, Sunderland. But I'm just looking at Mason Burstow, and he's the only one that's breaking his neck to get into the box. And they've got to get more bodies in and around that penalty box if they're going to get on the end of these crosses.
Yeah, I can tell you that Dessers has put Rangers 1-0 up at home to Motherwell at Ibrox in the Scottish Premiership, so both the home sides are leading there. Aberdeen and Rangers both 1-0 to the good over Ross County and Motherwell respectively. Still 2-2 in the North London derby, final quarter of that one. Updates on all the Premier League games over on TalkSport. If you've got the app, then you can swipe left and right between the two. Might need it as well this week, because we've got a lot of double headers of commentary games on TalkSport and TalkSport 2 from the Carabao Cup, as Clark has it on that left again he cuts in on his right foot, waits, tries to feed it to Pritchard right on the left corner of the area, tries to curl one in, but it's cleared away. Gutas at the near post will get it away, although he gets it back. I'm not sure he wanted it there either, and a little bit of a fall over on the far side. The fullback saw the challenge. Well, it was Siopis. He saw the challenge coming in. He almost fell over before it arrived, but he got the whistle, and it's a free kick for Cardiff. Still 0-0.
Yeah, it worked a treat for Cardiff there. They were under a little bit of pressure. Plenty of red and white shirts around that to press it, but they're just finding the feet now, Sunderland. You can see what they're trying to do. I just feel that they just need to be a little bit more adventurous with committing people forward to get in and around the box, to get efforts and try and get the second phase, try and get the second balls dropping loose.
Yeah, ball played forward by Cardiff. Mate beaten in the air. Barr will get it on this near side. He lays it back now, and Trey Hume almost filling in midfield instead of right back. He finds a nice pass, and Dan Neal just couldn't get it away to Clark, and the break would have been on, but now it's coming back the other way, and it's at the feet of Carlan Grant. Grant advances forward, 25 yards out from goal. Collins went on the overlap, opted instead to go to Siopis, and he gets it away to Wintle. Wintle moves it wide. Ball on the right touchline. Cardiff trying to push Sunderland back here and break the deadlock at the Stadium of Light. Now the cross comes in towards Grant at the far post. Grant got it down but couldn't control it. I think he was put off by O'Nien, who jumped just in front of him there, and Grant maybe should have expected to get that ball. He didn't, and it goes wide for a goal kick.
It was actually an half decent cross, to be fair, and he almost made something of it, Carlan Grant, but I think he didn't expect to get to it. I think he expected the defender to get a little touch on it.
Yeah, he did. Now going the other way. Burstow giving chase down that left-hand side. The ball hooked away from him. Can't tell you, Aston Villa have scored at Stamford Bridge. It goes from bad to worse, doesn't it, for Chelsea and Mauricio Pochettino. Down to 10, remember. Villa in front at Stamford Bridge. And a goal scored by Ollie Watkins on 73 minutes. So Villa looking to bounce back from a disappointing result in Europe midweek. Well, they're leading at Stamford Bridge against 10-man Chelsea. It shows you can have all the money in the world, but doesn't mean you've got a good football team, and Chelsea at the minute are finding that out.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit more wrong at Chelsea than just changing a manager.
Here's the ball into Burstow, and it came out one-handed, and he dropped it, and in the end Collins has cleared it out. I thought that had gone out for a corner, but he's cleared it out for a throw-in. But that was a bit casual, wasn't it, from Anik? But he had to get something on it, and he did. And it was just a little bit of a hopeful ball in. We mentioned Burstow, he's certainly got size about him, but he just couldn't get on the end of it, as Neal has it now and squares it off here. And Ballard skips forward, gets it out to Jack Clark. Clark now runs at NG again, looking to work it on his right foot, back to Pritchard. Pritchard curls one in too deep for Bellingham. I just wonder there if maybe Clark and Pritchard at some point have got to have a shot from that kind of distance, Neil, just to make the defenders think it's a little bit easy for them at the minute.
Yeah, they're not having to come out of shape to defend this Cardiff back line. And I think that the more efforts they get at goal, particularly if they're on target and they're making the goalkeeper save them and they're looking like scoring, then they've got to come out and block, and they're not making Cardiff do that at the moment. Looks a little bit isolated up there, Burstow, if I'm honest. You're looking at such as Bellingham and Pritchard to get up there in and around him and support him, and he's not really had that support.
No, Bellingham hasn't probably been as involved as they would have liked him to have been so far, as the ball is over on halfway with Huggins as Sunderland attack up the goal away to our right. And it not had too much to do. Sunderland certainly the more aggressive in terms of attacking play, and here now is Luke O'Nien coming forward. He gets it away now to Barr. Still awaiting the first goal here as we approach the final 10 minutes of the first half. You're live on TalkSport 2. We're live at the Stadium of Light. Tomorrow night we'll be live in Coventry as they take on Huddersfield on TalkSport 2. As Huggins has done well, he's got past his man. Can he step inside Rawls? No, he can't. That was better again though from Sunderland, just offering a different kind of threat. Here now is Clark. Under pressure, again he rides the challenge. Effortlessly rides the challenge. And now Trey Hume will get it. Edge of the centre circle. He'll now push it inside, and now Neil tries to drive his way through too, but he's pulled out of position, and now the break could be on here. Cardiff with Karlan Grant. It's 3-on-3 momentarily. Grant skips down the left, now cuts back in. The red and white shirts are coming back. Collins on the overlap. Can he get across it? He does. It's a great ball to the far post. It was just over Ugbo's head, and it's kept in. And Cardiff now have it on the right. There's still 4 waiting for the cross in the middle. They'll get it away to Joe Rawls, 25 yards out. Not instantly closed down. Options to his left. Tries to feed in Collins, who bundled over his man, and that'll be a free kick. Abdullah Bar did really well edge of his area there, but that was a decent cross in from the left. I think Cardiff have got an expectation. Someone's got to get on the end of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good ball. It's a good spot to pick him out, Ugbo. And you're almost like he pulled his head or shied away from that cross as it goes out of the back, but much better from Cardiff. I mean, a lot of their good moments have come in the counter, where they've regained possession and they've broke quickly. But this game's still in the balance, and, they'll argue that fact.
They will, but it is still 0-0 here on TalkSport 2. A game that promised lots of goals is not yet delivered. Sunderland, though, the more aggressive. Don't forget live NFL action coming up tonight from 6. Ball over the top for Burstow. Can he bring it down? He couldn't. Got a leg on it. If he brings that down, he's got a chance to shoot from about 10 yards out, and he just couldn't collect it.
Yeah, it's a great spot from Pritchard, and it's a high tariff to fetch that down and get it under control, but he's always reaching for it and can't make anything of it, Burstow. I've been impressed with Burstow, though, early on. He's done a lot of work himself. It's a lone furrow that is ploughing up there. He's not had much support.
Only 20 years old. He's not had a lot of football and learning on the job in the Championship. It's not easy, but the will is there. The effort and the attitude are there. There's now the ball with Pritchard, who's found a bit of space. Now he will drive forward. He's bundled over. That's going to be a free kick, 25 yards out. That was a dangerous situation. It was Siopis that brought him down. I'm got to be honest there, Neil, I'm surprised that wasn't a yellow card.
Yeah, it's premeditated as well. He's got to take one for the team there, track him back, Siopis, and it does bring Pritchard down. He's running away from Siopis and he's gaining towards the edge of the box. You're looking for Pritchard to pull the trigger, but good play by Sunderland again. They picked holes in this Cardiff midfield really well. They've got some good footballers to do it.
They have. Brighton have got a third. Mitoma with his second. Brighton 3, Bournemouth 1. Still Arsenal 2, Tottenham 2, Chelsea 0, Villa 1, Liverpool 2, West Ham 1. Here a free kick 25 yards out. Pritchard looks very interested in this one. In fact, he's going to be the only Sunderland player left over it. It's 25 yards out. It's just a fraction to the left of the goal, so it's perfect, if you like, for the right footer. There's a 4-man wall in front of him. Yeah. Anik waits.
There's a lot of goal to the left of Anik as well for Pritchard to aim at.
Well, can he stick one in the top corner here? Alex Pritchard. Sunderland 0, Cardiff 0. Stadium of Light. 6 to go to the break. Pritchard from 25 yards comes forward, hits the wall. Might fall to Neil. He'll get it away to Huggins. Still plenty of red and white shirts in the mix. Ball goes in and it's flicked towards goal. May have actually taken a final touch off a Cardiff player. Anik at full stretch gets there to keep the ball from going behind for a corner. Still 0-0.
Yeah, it finally comes off Perry NG at the far post, and he does well there, Anik, to keep that in, because that'd have gone out for a corner. It's a good ball in, to be fair. They've just missed that final thing, Sunderland. They've actually, the build-up play, their approach play has been excellent at times.
Yeah, Ross Stewart, remember, leaving on deadline day, went to Southampton. Ball back to Anik. That was a tough pass, and Burstow closing him down. Fair play, Jack Anik did really well there. His touch didn't let him down. Had it done, then it would have been a goal for sure. Here's Rawls going the other way. He gets it away to Karlan Grant. Grant now, left-hand side of the area. Defenders backing off him onto his right foot. Tries to shoot. Ball will break for Siopis. Pritchard takes it off him, edge of the Sunderland area. And now they'll try and break for Clark, but they can't get the ball to him. And Collins advances down the Cardiff left. He was being pulled back there. I think the referee Well, he's going to give a goal kick. Oh, in fact, it is a corner. I was going to say he was very lucky he didn't get a free kick there, Jamilo Collins, but it's out for a corner to Cardiff, and well, if Cardiff could nick one here, they would be very pleased with their first half work.
Yeah, I mean, they've almost been waiting for these type of moments, Cardiff. You know, they've countered really well at times, and they've had the numbers on Sunderland, but not managed to find the back of the net with one. But this is a real opportunity.
Yeah, it certainly is. There's a ball now with Joe Rawls, left-hand side for Cardiff. It's going to be an away swinging corner here. Everybody back for Sunderland. Ball towards, the flag's gone up far side. It went out from Rawls, and well, that's pretty disappointing when you've run up 80 yards from defence to get up and the ball goes out of play straight from the corner.
Yeah, from a dead ball, it's unforgivable. You know, it should never happen. Particularly when they've worked so hard to keep, you know, this game intact, to keep the clean sheet.
Still 0-0 here. Chelsea will be pushing for an equaliser at Stamford Bridge. We'll keep you up to date if there's any further goals in that one. Remember, Gusto sent off on 58 minutes for Chelsea, down to 10. Watkins with a goal puts Villa in front. Here now forward come Sunderland. Ball overhit though by Trey Hume. Jack Clark couldn't keep it in. It's out for a throw into Cardiff City. And we've what we had here on the clock, 40 minutes on the stopwatch here at the Stadium of Light. Still Sunderland 0, Cardiff 0. Neil Redfern.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's obviously a tight game. Sunderland have definitely been the side in the ascent. 60% of the possession. You know, 0.48 expected goals to Cardiff's 0.06. So they're well in front in the stakes, but they just can't get over the line with putting the ball in the back of the net.
No, ball back to Patterson, who floats it to Neil. Oh, that's a majestic volleyed flick pass that invites Huggins forward. He overran it, slid into the challenge, did well to get it, but Clark once again just fired the ball to Pritchard, run back by Dan Neil. And now Sunderland are coming forward again. Jack Clark over on the left-hand side. He looks up, advancing towards the edge of the area. Lovely slide rule pass. In comes Sunderland into the area now. Big chance in on goal. Poked across the 6-yard box, and there really Burstow or Clark should have been there to tap that home. And it's cleared away by McGuinness. Desperate defence from Cardiff.
Yeah, I think he's just run out of legs there, Huggins, as he breaks into the box. But it's fantastic build-up play again. Their intricacy in the passing and the movement to find the space just in behind this back line of Cardiff. They've rode the luck at times, Cardiff.
They have. Here's Clark, finds Pritchard. Those two the go-to at the moment. Now Huggins wide on the left. Burstow, Bellingham, Barr all waiting for a delivery. Huggins into the area. Might need support from Clark. Arrives now. Clark corner of the area, fires it back to Neil. Neil's going to go back to that left-hand side. I think he wanted Clark to make a run. He didn't. Clark gets it back now. Still Burstow and Bellingham wait in the middle. Clark beats one man. Now he beats two. Into the area. Right foot shot beaten away. Good save from Anik. He managed to get it away from the three red and white shirts that were closing in. O'Nien does well. Bundles Mayte off the ball. Here now is Bellingham. Finds Barr. Better from Sunderland. Still 0-0, but looking, pushing. Bellingham, right-hand side. Can he find a cross? Keeps possession. Pirouettes turns. Will lay it back now for O'Nien, who's encouraged forward. 30 yards out from goal, O'Nien. The centre half. He gets it to Pritchard. Pritchard to Clark. Clark on the left. Gets it back to Dan Neil. Room for Neil to shoot. Tried to feed it in for Bellingham. Overhit it. Anik off his line to collect it. Still 0-0. There's a problem here for Karlan Grant, but that was the nearest we'd come. Jack Clark. Fine run. Great shot. Anik, to be fair, it's a fantastic save.
Yeah, there've been some fantastic wing play on show from Sunderland throughout this half, to be fair. Both Barr and Jack Clark. And it's almost magical, Clark's movement to come inside and dance round two blue Cardiff shirts, and he just needs to be able to find that half yard to pull the trigger, and I think that Anik would have been beaten there. That's definitely the get out for Sunderland. It's the way to put this Cardiff side to the sword.
Yeah, you feel it is, as you almost expected the net to bulge when he got into the area, didn't you? You thought he was going to stick it in the back of the net, but it was a good save, and crucially from Anik's point of view, Neil, three following in, he got it between all three of them.
Yeah, I mean, they've defended quite well, to be fair, Cardiff. I mean, they've been isolated at times, and when it comes to duels, you know, having to defend against wide play, they've struggled a little bit, but they've recovered for one another, they've worked for one another, and they've managed to sort of botched away to keeping this clean sheet at half time. It's not been pretty, you know. And they have offered a threat on the counter, but to be fair to Sunderland, they're making all the running now.
Yeah, they are. Still, Carlin Grant getting some treatment. He will now come off the field on the near side, and Jack Clark's just speaking to Jack Annick saying, "How did you save that one then?" Well, he did. That's his job, he'll say. And it is a stoppage in play. The players have come across to the near side just to take on some flues. It's quite humid here, to say we're late September, almost shirt sleeve weather. And will have a little bit of added on time at the end of what has been an entertaining first half, but it remains goalless here. Annick will get the ball back, so he will have it.
I think, to be fair to the Sunderland faithful, they're used to seeing goals. You know, they're very productive goal-wise, Sunderland, you know, with this young side, and it's not quite happened for them.
It's not, but the one thing you know, they'll just keep going forward, and the question is, can Cardiff get something at the other end? Cardiff have been, you know, they've let plenty of goals in as well. The only clean sheet they've had, I think, was in the South Wales derby when they beat Swansea 2-0. Other than that, they've conceded in every other game. So that is a worry for Errol Bullett's side, but they're just about holding their own here, but they are being pushed back. 0-0 into the last minute. I didn't see how long was added on, if he's come out yet. The official cross comes into the Sunderland area, and it took a deflection there off O'Nien. It was Mayte with a cross. It deflected off O'Nien, looped up in the air, and in the end Sunderland have got to head it behind for a corner. Yeah,
I mean, they've still shown dangerous moments, Cardiff, in this game. You know, they've got real potency up front, and every now and again it clicks and they get in front of goal. But again, it's a nil that they're looking at.
Yeah, there's only two added on there, so it might have had a little bit longer than that. Cardiff have got the corner. Rawls will take it. This time he keeps it in place. A good delivery into the 6-yard box. Barr misses his kick edge of the area, so Cardiff will get it back. And Winkle should feed it to Rawls. In fact, he doesn't. He holds it in on this near side. He's thinking about putting a cross in. That's a lovely looking ball, but Patterson comes out strongly, claims it, and says to Jack Clark, "Off you go." Clark races forward towards the halfway line. Cuts in now. Red and white shirts getting forward. Bellingham in front of him. Pritchard. Barr on this near side. Pritchard will find Barr. Midway inside the Cardiff half. We're into added on time here at the Stadium of Light. Goalless so far, but the intent there, certainly from the red and whites, as Dan Neal would want that one back. He went for the crossfield switch. In fact, it was Trey Hume, wasn't it? And he's missed everyone. It's gone out for a throw in.
Yeah, just a bit of a loose pass, to be fair. I mean, the passing's been really good, Sunderland. You know, and they're not frightened of putting the ball at risk. You know, that's something that Tony Mowbray wants these young players to feel, that they've got, you know, that they can express themselves and create. But every now and again you get a loose one.
Yeah. Closing stages in the Premier League. Arsenal 2, Tottenham 2, Brighton 3, Bournemouth 1, Chelsea 0, Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2, West Ham 1. As Cardiff come forward again, they'll get the ball on this near side. Is there a late twist in the first half tail here in the northeast, as Grant does well, back on the field, gets it away to Collins. Collins now feeds it in for Grant, who had a chance to cross but opted to step over. Aberdeen have doubled their lead, 2-0 their lead against Ross County. And now the ball works its way forward here, and has to come forward is Demetrius Gutas, who plays in the cross towards Mayte. Keeper's come to get it. Keeper will collect it. I think the Cardiff fans high up behind the goal away to our left, they thought that was a penalty. Credit to them, by the way. What a journey that is on a Sunday morning. Cardiff to Sunderland. They have my absolute respect. Here's Abdullah Barr now. He'll square it. If that ball reaches Clark, there's danger here. Clark edge of the area onto his right foot. Shot loops up in the air. Can Burstow get on the end of it? He's wrestling with McGuinness, and it's cleared away, and that might do it. That will be half-time here. We're about to get back underway. Stadium of Light. It's Sunderland 0, Cardiff City 0. Referee just checks his watch, counts the players on the field, checks with both goalkeepers, and says, right, let's get on with it. Second half underway. Sunderland in the red and white are going from right to left. They've got Patterson in goal, a back four of Hume, O'Nien, Ballard and Huggins, with Dan Neal holding behind Clark, Pritchard, Bellingham and Barr, who are behind Mason Burstow leading the line. There's now could be a chance here for Jack Clark, played in early stages second half. He's level with the edge of the Cardiff box already. He's working his way and he tried to square it. He was looking for Burstow. It's cleared as far as Neal, 25 yards out. Again, you think he's going to shoot. He didn't. He went to Trey Hume. Here now is Barr. Back to Hume. Burstow waits in the edge of the area. Bellingham takes it away from him. Does well to hold off the challenge. Comes back to Huggins, but Cardiff trying to push Sunderland back, and Huggins is going to have to go back inside his own half as Cardiff go with Anik in goal, and G, Gutas, McGuinness and Collins at the back. Wintle, Rawls and Siopis across the middle, with Mayte, Ugbo and now Ollie Tanner in the advanced positions for Cardiff City. 0-0 here, minute gone second half, and Sunderland taking up where they left off. Neil, first half, dominating the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and it's almost like that chess game where Cardiff are getting bodies across and trying to block the areas where Sunderland can be a threat. And you just feel as if this game keeps on the same trajectory, it's only going to end in a Sunderland win.
Well, it needs a goal. I think a goal either way really opens it up. As a good challenge goes in there, as they tried to get away down that far side there. It was Collins, the fullback, who was just caught as he tried to work his way forward, and it's out. Only a throw-in midway inside the Sunderland half. Cardiff all in blue. Their goalkeeper Jack Anik is in black, and Cardiff have it here now at the Stadium of Light. They're on a good run themselves. They've been pretty productive in recent weeks in terms of points and goals. Up against it a little bit here, but this is a tough assignment these days, as Maitai did well. He wants the free kick, and he's not going to get one. I think the referee deemed that he handled that, did he, on the floor there? And a little bit unlucky there, Yaku Maitai. And it is a free kick for Sunderland.
Yeah, I think he just fell on it, to be fair. It was a handball. He was unlucky because he was putting his hand down to stop himself falling, but there's a free kick. The referee was right.
Yeah, and on we go. Here's 09. Works it wide on the Sunderland right. Barr just retreats back in his own half. Tony Mowbray is looking on. It's a little bit more from his team here. Live on TalkSport 2. Last time we were here, they won by 5-0 against Southampton, who are having a torrid time at the moment. Lovely defeat for them. As the ball now works its way forward, and here now is Huggins, who's starting to get forward. Bellingham flicks the ball away. If he looks up, Barr is unmarked on the right, and he'll go to Barr, who is onside. There are 4-5 red and white shirts waiting for Barr's cross. Barr one way, then the other, and then shows too much of it. That's great defending from Collins, and Collins advances towards halfway. He's only got one blue shirt with him. Tries to maintain possession, but Sunderland will knock it back to Patterson, and he'll get it. Barr's got to be a little bit more productive there, Neil.
Yeah, he has. I mean, he never really got the fullback Jemilu Collins off balance, you know, and he did well. He stood up, kept his eye on the ball, got himself side on. Classic fullback position, you know, when you're defending. I just looked there when he broke Collins. There's absolutely no support for him. He does ever so well, the fullback, and you're looking for blue shirts to go and support. There's no one.
No, there's no one even coming with him, were they, from his own half? So, ball out of play, and it's a Sunderland throw-in. Tony Mowbray looks on. He's got his body warmer on. It's open, not zipped up. It's not a cold day by any stretch of the imagination here in the northeast, but a goal that certainly warm up the home fans as Ballard went to get round there. Ugbo Dean just to have bundled Ballard off the ball. Ballard's struggling to get to his feet, but Sunderland have played on quickly. Now they're looking to work it into Pritchard. Ball headed away from him. Brought down by Perry and G. Right in the corner of his penalty area. And he now will get the ball away. And Mayte on this near side just rolls it back. And Cardiff will knock it long. Looking for Ugbo. If he can win the header here, has got a bit of support from Wintle. Finds Ugbo, middle of the Sunderland half, but Sunderland with Neil win it back, and now Bellingham's got room to turn, and Bellingham fires the ball to Clark, and Clark now is going to run at Perry and G backs off, waiting for midfield support. Here's Pritchard now. Pritchard tries to feed it through for Bellingham, who was bundled off the ball, but the ball never reached him anyway, and now the ball given away, intercepted by Trey Hume, far side, looks to work the crossing, maybe too early, rushed it on that occasion. Ball won back though by Neil, corner of the area, Sunderland attacking, feeds it to Barr, pushes him wide, down by the corner flag. Trey Hume says, give me the ball, I'll have it. He'll put the cross in, no he won't, he'll lay it off now to Pritchard. Pritchard back to Barr, make sure he's onside. Pretty from Sunderland, but they need to work the ball into the area where Burstow, Bellingham and Clark are all waiting for a cross from that right-hand side. Pritchard, it's like a game of keep ball at the moment. They're trying to open up Cardiff. Pritchard made a run in behind, it wasn't seen. A little bit of frustration growing at the Stadium of Light as their team are dominating but not quite doing enough. as now the ball works its way to O'Nien, who gambled and came up without the ball. It's cleared away, but everybody back for Cardiff. They can't get out at the moment. They're inviting Sunderland on. This is risky from the Bluebirds at the moment. And whilst they've defended it so far so good, you keep inviting this Sunderland team on, they'll keep going. And the ball now on the right again, and now they'll work it wide. Now there's a chance to put a cross in, level with the edge of the box. It's not the best cross, and it's bloomed away in the end, and now Wintle will bring it down midway inside his own half. He looks to find the substitute over on the far side, Tanner. He's tackled. Cardiff runner throwing high up the field. Sunderland, nice on the eye, Neil, but not quite doing enough.
No, and I think when they do overplay or do elaborate at times in and around the box, it allows, Sunderland to get everybody, Cardiff to get everybody back in shape. And it's very, very difficult then to open this Cardiff side up. They're very disciplined, they don't dive in, they stay with runners. And at times it's been really clever play that's opened them up, but they're frustrating this Sunderland side.
Yeah, they are indeed. And it is over on the far side. Cardiff take the throw in. It should be won back by Sunderland, who'll knock it towards halfway. It's brought down by Rawls. Ball won back. Barr tries to side foot it to Burstow, who's just a little bit on heels there. Sunderland have won it back just short of the halfway line. Here's Jack Clark now. Clark steps away from one, but he's run into a player. Referee's going to give him a free kick, and I'm not sure Siopis could really have got out of his way there.
Yeah, I think that's a poor decision from the ref. I think he just run into trouble there, Jack Clark.
Yeah, ran into trouble, fell over, and the referee said, there you go, free kick, and Clark's got it back now, and he feeds it wide to Niall Huggins. Huggins comes forward, skips past one, skips past two, to edge of the box. Pritchard, can he find a pass? Gets it to Burstow, shot comes in, beaten away, it'll fall to Clark. Clark, narrow angle, tried to square it for Burstow, and Cardiff survive again. Well, that was a snapshot, and it almost led to the first goal. Sunderland are starting to close in now, and listen to that roar at the Stadium of Light. They come forward again, Sunderland. That's got the fans back into this one.
Well, that's the closest we've got to a goal, to be honest with you. It's a great build-up play, fantastic strike, no backlift, and Alnwick makes a really good save, but they're just starting to live on the edge of the nerves here, Cardiff.
They are. Here's Barr again. They've yet to produce a really good ball in from the flank. They're not going to do it here because Bellingham's got it, and now he'll get it back to Barr. Barr's got Pritchard just inside him. Back now to Hume. Hume thinking about putting the cross in. Instead he goes to Bellingham, who finds Neil, and Neil now will feed it now to Burstow. Burstow's come to get it, and Clark this time is fouled about 28 yards out from goal, maybe too far to the left of centre for a shot here, but Cardiff are getting a little bit restless now. Their defence is being tested. We've had 8 minutes of this second half, and it is all Sunderland at the moment.
Yeah, it's a really silly free kick from Mate, because he's actually going nowhere there, Jack Clark, and he's running into blue shirts, but he's given Sunderland a free kick with a good angle, maybe 10 yards from the edge of the box to the left.
Well, that's a good thing about good players, Neil. They make defenders do things they don't want to do, don't they?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, Jack Clark's been outstanding, to be fair.
He has. Now Pritchard stands over it. Just too far, you feel, to left to have a shot, and it's just off his line. Pritchard will be aware of that. Is it going to be a shot? No, it's going to be a cross towards the far post. It's headed away. It'll fall for Neil. Hits it through bodies. Cleared away 6-yard line. Another shot comes in. Cleared away again off the 6-yard line. Will it go out for a corner? No, it won't. Cardiff do well, and they're happy to thump it right down the other end of the Stadium of Light, where Patterson comes racing out of his goal. And they are starting now, Cardiff, to lead a bit of a charmed life.
Yeah, they are. I mean, there's some of this defending that's been good for Cardiff, but some of it's just been by pure luck that it's not ended up in the back of the net. And they can't rely on that to get anything out of this game. They need to try and take the game to Sunderland, and they're not at this moment in time, Cardiff.
No. Ball now works its way on halfway as McGuinness, who had the two vinyl blocks. Here's Pritchard on the half turn, bundled over, and he was trying to get back to his feet there, and the Cardiff player Siopis did pull him back down. The referee under pressure here to show a yellow card, and I think belatedly he will. Siopis in the book. It was almost a double foul, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm not happy about that, to be honest with you. Dan Neil racing over to the ref. I mean, I thought that was marked out now in the rulings, that you can't call a yellow card for an opponent, but it's influenced the referee. and he has given the yellow card. I mean, I think it was a foul, but I'm not sure it was a yellow card.
Okay, well, the second effort maybe warranted that. 10 gone second half, still 0-0 here, but it is attack against defence. I mean, we were talking at half time, we want to see goals, but we felt a goal for Sunderland would pull Cardiff out of this defensive shape, and a goal for Cardiff would mean it would be attack against defence. Well, we've got attack against defence anyway, because it's all Sunderland, as Huggins trying to get on the end of the flick. He's done really well to get on the end of Clark's flick, puts the cross in near post. There appeals for a foul on Huggins, did really well to get any kind of crossing from that position. Here now is Clark, runs at full speed, backing off, feeds it into Huggins. Huggins turns onto his right foot and he went for the shot, and he just sliced it wide. If he could have rolled it into the path there of Burstow, it would have been a certain goal for Sunderland. He was caught between two ideas, and in the end he didn't do either of them.
Yeah, I mean, this partnership down the left-hand side of Huggins and Clark, you know, he's really potent. He's almost played like a second winger, Huggins, at times. He's been up along the side of Clark. You know, they link in well together. They've both got great awareness. Good energy from the young players as well.
Yeah, if he'd almost mishit it a little bit worse, it'd have gone straight to Burstow, wouldn't it? It'd have been a tap-in, but it's still 0-0. You just wonder how long Cardiff are going to persist playing like this, and G gets it away. McGuinness, who's been heroic defensively, gets the ball up towards halfway. Now the ball fed forward, and here goes the substitute Tanner. And the ball given away, and Patterson will clear it forward. 12 gone second half, still 0-0. Jack Clark beaten in the air, but Huggins is getting in. He was wrestled to the ground. Neil didn't win it. Pritchard went into a 50-50 that was won by Rawls. Rawls was never going to lose that challenge. Clark then slides in, breaks for Wintle. Cardiff got the ball over halfway. Oh, that's a naughty one from Burstow, and that will be a yellow card. He's gone flying in there. And I don't think Sunderland well, they are complaining, but I'm not quite sure why. That was a poor challenge from Mason Burstow.
Yeah, I mean, so it's just a wild kick. I mean, there was a little bit of a skirmish there with 2 or 3 challenges going in. Good, fair challenges. But I think the frustration's got to Burstow there, and it's not a good challenge whatsoever. No. But I think from Cardiff's point of view, I think that's the type of thing they've got to do. They've almost got to suck this Sunderland side into a bit of a scrap, you know, and get them forgetting about the, you know, the football that they play. They're not the biggest side. They're not the most physical. They've got a lot of young players in there, you know, and it's part of the game. It's part of being professional. And you know, if Cardiff want to try and get a result out of this, I think they need to try and make it a little bit more messier than what it is.
Yeah, they do. Ball is just over the halfway line. Cardiff have got a free kick. You're live on TalkSport 2 earlier on. Hull beat Stoke 3-1 at the Bet365. Here now the ball into the edge of the Sunderland box. Cleared away, headed away far post. Rawls heads it out wide on the left-hand side now. Can they find a cross? That's a good-looking ball in. Who's there in a blue shirt to attack it? Well, they were there, but they didn't get on the end of it. And Jack Clark will just work the ball forward now towards the halfway line. He went for the nutmegs there on Perry and G, and then G blocks it, and then G level with the edge of the area, pulls it back now. Just wanted too long on the ball there, matey. And now going forward is Burstow. He was brought down by McGuinness, but McGuinness got enough of the ball in the view of the referee, and now Cardiff are attacking here. Now they put a ball in, big chance here on the turn, chance for Ugbo, and he's put it over. Had his back to goal, he had room to turn, and from 12 yards out he's completely missed the target.
Yeah, he's got to definitely do better there. He's got to hit the target at least there, Ugbo. I just think from Cardiff's point of view, that's much better, Mark. You know, they're getting about Sunderland now, they're making it difficult for them, and they look a little bit more potent going forward. It's exactly what they need to do.
It certainly is. As now, here comes Sunderland. Jack Clark has the ball. Can he get past his man this time? He's gone to ground, and referee deemed he went to ground looking for a cheap free kick, and he's not going to get one. Thought Perry and G held his ground nicely there. Ball forward. Good header from Ballard on the half turn. Really craned his neck round the ball, and he'll get it back. He'll keep it in right in front of the assistant referee near side. We're approaching now an hour gone here at the Stadium of Light. Still 0-0. Here's Dan Neal in the centre circle. Tries to slide it through. Burstow and Bellingham were forward, but the ball didn't reach Bellingham. And now it's played forward, and now come Cardiff going forward. What can they produce? Collins over on the far side has got it. He'll lay it back. And again, it's all a little bit safe from Cardiff at the moment. You get the feeling if they were a little bit braver that there's 3 points to be won here, because for all Sunderland's efforts and attacking play, Anik's only made 2 decent saves.
Yeah, he has, and I think when they've committed players forward, Cardiff, they look physically weaker than Cardiff, Sunderland, and they've caused them a problem, but it's getting the numbers forward that's been the issue.
It certainly has. The voice there, Neil Redfern, is McGuinness and Burstow were involved in a wrestling match. Burstow's furious he didn't get a free kick. He's laid it back to Anik, who's taken an eternity to clear it. Bellingham closed him down, and Tony Mowbray's decided enough's enough. I can see 3 Sunderland substitutes stripped and ready to go down below us as a free kick against Mayte, so those changes will be about to be made. So Hemir is about to come on. Also coming on, Patrick Roberts into the action. He will replace Abdullah Bar. It's the first change. Mason Burstow will make way. Lewis Hemir will come on for him. And the final change is going to see Ashish coming on as the changes are made. And, replying here, Cardiff are also going to make some changes. So, going off is Joe Bellingham. Not really been involved as he would have liked today. So the changes are made. Burstow off for Hemir. It's Patrick Roberts for Abdullah Bar. And it's also Adil Awashish is on for Bellingham. Coming off on the other side. Ugbo's going off. I'm a little bit surprised by that. Ike Ugbo goes off. Into the action is Keona Tete. And also going off, Joe Rawls makes way. So Rawls is going off, and Reuben Colwell will come on for him.
Yeah, I wonder if that's a change of shape for Cardiff, maybe. Maybe they're going to sit with 2 and let 1 play as a 10 in behind the front. But obviously both sets of managers feel they need to make the changes to make the difference. For Cardiff, they've not really made a mark on this game. I think for Sunderland, it's just about unlocking this Cardiff backline. They've had all the play.
Yeah. So, multiple changes here. 4th official is taking an eternity to get his numbers into the board here. The home fans are not happy about that, but these things, I guess, take time. So, we've not seen the best of Joe Bellingham today. I think he's been quiet. He's not really been involved, and we get, certainly, my first look at Adil Ashish, who's into the action and looking to turn the game in Sunderland's favour. A raft of changes, 18 minutes into the second half. 5 in total as now the ball goes forward here with Sunderland, who are looking to work it wide on their right. There's nobody yet in the box, so there's no point putting the crossing just yet. And now they'll look to try and work it over on the far side. Patrick Roberts, we know what a technician he can be. He's under pressure, he's done well to hold possession, and now they're trying to feed it. Oshish gets it edge of the area. Can he deliver a ball in? He drives it across goal, and Anik beats it away. Fists at the near post, and it's towards the edge of the area. Remains 0-0. That looked like handball from Cardiff, from Atete. And Atete is in the end is going to get a free kick because he was pulled back momentarily by a Sunderland defender. Still 0-0.
Yeah, again, it's Sunderland that's making all the running. That's a wicked ball delivered in. I mean, he's made good decisions, to be fair, Jack Alnick. He punches that away. There's no red and white shirts backing that up on the edge of the box, and that's a frustration for Sunderland. They've got into that final phase, and they've got good quality in, and they just lack numbers at times to finish it off.
Yeah. Ball work forward for Cardiff. Can they get a goal there? We mentioned the fact that they've only got 1 clean sheet, but we should also reference the fact that they have scored everywhere they've been, so they too are a threat, but not quite involved. Here's Hemir now on the half turn. Does well to get it wide. Roberts is encouraged forward. Hamir's made a good run towards the edge of the area. Wide on the right. If he looks up, he'll see Awashish with him. Gets it instead back to Hume. Hume now will find Patrick Roberts. Roberts has it over on that far side. Sunderland have got everybody over the halfway line, barring the goalkeeper Patterson. And now the ball works its way on this near side to Huggins, who finds Clark. Little interchange of passes between the two. Then Huggins' ball forward was a poor one. Atete will pick it up. And Atete has it. He gets it wide on this near side. And it's picked up by Tanner. And Tanner gets the ball back near side. Now that's a pass that he's given straight to a red and white shirt. So a chance here for Hume. We'll get it wide on the right. Now Sunderland can drive forward, but all the blue shirts are coming back. Needs someone to beat a player. Patrick Roberts might be the man to beat a player, but he won't beat Collins, who again, one-on-one defensively is sound. His ball away is intercepted, and Roberts might get another run at the fullback now as Sunderland have it. 21 gone second half on TalkSport 2, still 0-0. But Sunderland taking up camp in the Cardiff City half at the moment. It's not been the free-flowing, high-scoring game maybe we were expecting. But Sunderland are not going to give up trying, and Clark's fouled by Perry and G, 10 yards over the halfway line. Quickly taken free kick, and the attack versus defence, Neil Redfern, continues.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've made the changes, but not a lot's changed, actually, in the game. It's Sunderland camped in Cardiff's half, trying to probe and press and find the little pockets of space. Yeah, they just need that little bit of luck and that little bit of quality to open the door.
Well, that was a bit of quality. They've worked it wide on the right. Can they get a cross in here with Roberts? Lays it back. Surely they've got to fire one in. Near post diving header. Amir couldn't get on the end of it. Inches away there from the first goal here at the Stadium of Light. And it was a flying header from Oshish. He just couldn't get anything on it, and it fell to Hamir, who just maybe half a yard off the pace couldn't get there to poke it home.
Yeah, I mean, that's the sort of quality delivery that you want into the box. You know, Oshish is unlucky there. He's dived full length. You know, you've got Hamir backing that up as well. More bodies in the box for Sunderland. That's exactly what they've got to do.
Yeah, it is. Ball played back here. Cardiff have got it. Well, if Cardiff could get one, it would be a smash and grab halfway through the second half. Still 0-0. Ball here with Gutas, brings it forward. Sunderland being roared on here. Not the best pass from Siopis, but McGuinness under pressure. He goes back to Anik, who's going to be closed down by Pritchard, who's playing almost up alongside Hamir at the moment. Ball on the far side here, and Cardiff have got it. They seem, if anything, they were brought on even more size. The likes of Keon Atete certainly adding some presence up front. I just wonder if they might go a little bit more direct as Anik dummies his way past Clark. Now he will go to Atete. Great header there, O'Nien. Well, the referee's given a free kick there, saying that he had arms round the attacker. I just thought he wanted it more.
Yeah, he did. You know, and it's not an easy ball in for the striker to control. It's well timed by the centre back, and he just gets his head in front of him. It's as simple as that.
Still 0-0. Cardiff, are they going to venture an attack with any real intent? They have it, and they go back from Tanner towards the halfway line. Forward comes McGuinness, who defensively has been outstanding today. Ball on the Cardiff left-hand side. Can they negotiate and engineer an opening? They've got a chance down that left-hand side. And eventually the ball is out of play. It was good work over on that far side there. And the ball out of play. And a chance now for Cardiff. What is the throwing level with the edge of the area? They've got a long throw. It doesn't look like it. They're not committing any blue shirts into the box. Atete now will work his way forward.
I know he got mentioned first half, Mark, but it just looks disjointed when they're in possession going forward. Cardiff.
Yeah.
You can't see any traits off the training ground, any movements.
No. You know, we don't, you know, because of where we're based and the games we cover, we don't often see a lot of Cardiff. And I've got to be honest, my first reaction is, how has this team scored so many goals? Because they've offered zero threat here today.
Yeah.
Ball now working its way forward. Here goes Huggins, sprinting off down the touchline. He'll have got some metres in today. Lays it to Pritchard. They've overloaded numbers on the right, and that's where they're going now. Pass kept in with the head, but they just overhit from Dan Neal. It didn't need to be that aggressive, the pass, and now the break could be on. And a little mazy run there, but dispossessed. And out of possession was Ruben Colwell, who's also come onto the field. And now the ball is back with Sunderland. So 20 minutes remaining, Stadium of Light. Roberts is trying to work his way past one. Looks for the give and go with Hamir. Pritchard back to Roberts. Back to Huggins. Finds Clark, who's not been as involved in the last 10 minutes or so. He's got it now, corner of the area. He'll square it to Neil, who was encouraged to shoot, not for the first time today. He'll get it back 25 yards away. Goes to Huggins. And the ball with Clark. Oh, he's gone past his man too easy. He's got past and G. He's into the area here. Clark, can he pull it back? He does. The shot deflected away. Didn't quite fall for Ashish. He'll lay it back. Surely the shot comes in for Sunderland, and it's put wide. Deflected wide. 3 yards out. They look certain to score there. But Sunderland denied again by some desperate Cardiff defence.
Well, it's living an absolute charmed life, this Cardiff goal. You know, and there's some good defending in there. It's last ditch. How that's not finished in the back of the net, I don't know. There's 2 or 3 really good opportunities there for Sunderland.
There were 2 or 3 lined up about 8 yards out, waiting to tap it in, and somehow the Cardiff player got in the way. Here's Jack Clark. Brilliant again from him. What can he do here now? He's up against the defender. He's got Pritchard with him. Gets it to Pritchard. Squares it to Dan Neal. Neal swings it in. Hamir heads it back into the 6-yard box, and then once again McGuinness is there to defend it away. He's like a one-man wall, isn't he, Mark McGuinness, today here?
You know what, Mike? I don't know if Sunderland are just trying to score the perfect goal. That's the feeling I get. You know, I mean, the football's sublime, and you've got to pat Tony Mowbray on the back for that. You know, they play some great stuff. It's a young side. But I just look at the moments when they could pull the trigger and be a little bit more selfish in the box. Just hasn't happened like that.
Oh, great work from Cardiff defensively. But it's like a heavyweight bout. They just stood there dancing around the ring, and you can't help but feel the guy who's throwing all the punches sooner or later is going to land one that knocks you out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It is still 0-0. Not the scoreline we expected. But I'm going to say it now. I don't think it'll end 0-0. And I'm not ruling out Cardiff either, because they're starting to go forward, and Sunderland are committing more and more bodies forward. Hamir does well. Picks it up on halfway. Pritchard's pass is a shocker to Jack Clark. He won't get on the end of it. Tony Mowbray's got his head in his hands. He can't believe it. And he might have his head in his hands a little bit more in a moment, because Ballard's under pressure. Ballard did really well. Fires it down the touchline and gets it out for a throw-in. We've had 27.5 minutes second half here. Sunderland 0, Cardiff 0. But Sunderland, well, their knock on the door is getting a little bit louder now. It's getting a little bit more urgent.
Well, absolutely. I mean, I look at the stats, 63% possession, really dominating the ball. 0.72 expected goals to 0.21. Sunderland are definitely the side in the ascendancy, but you just can't help but feel that Cardiff might just break away at some point and get in front of Sunderland's goal.
Well, if they do, good luck to them. They've kept it 0-0, and while it is 0-0, anything can happen. 17 minutes left to get a winner here. Both sides came into it in good form. Sunderland unbeaten in 5. And Cardiff with 4 wins in their last 5 in all competitions. Sunderland have it at the back. You can imagine the roar here should Sunderland score will be heard all over the northeast, but they've got to fashion out a goal because they've created some good chances. There's been some great saves, some desperate goal line blocks. Clark there was upended by Perry and G, I think. Well, he went round him too easy, didn't he, Clark, in the build-up to that latest flurry of chances, and that time and G took no chances and bundled him over. And I think he's actually going to get a yellow card here, is he? Around the referee's just having a word saying that's your lot now, anymore you're getting booked.
It's a little bit of a talking to. I just think Perry and G will wake up in the middle of the night and see Jack Clark running at him. He's had one of them sort of games, hasn't he, bless him?
Yes, but by and large he's done okay.
Yeah, he's stuck to it, definitely.
Yeah, 16 to go here. Busy day of sport continues. Straight after us here will be all things NFL. 3 live commentaries as, they've given it away. Sunderland at the back. O'Nien was caught in possession here. Colwill edge of the area. Pritchard got back in and he's bailed his mate out, Luke O'Nien, there by winning the ball, and now they'll go all the way back to Anik, and Hamir's going to give chase here. Anik's touch is a good one. Took it on his thigh and volleyed it clear. Any miscontrol there, Hamir was in on goal. Cardiff have got it halfway. Almost feels like Cardiff have decided, right, enough defending now, let's attack. And now they are attacking. Wintle goes past Ballard, who Ballard lent on him. He went to ground. It's won back here by Etete. Edge of the area, he's gone through one. He's into the area. Can he get a shot away? In the end, the shot comes in from O'Neill, who pokes it back to his goalkeeper. Well, it's all on now, Neil Redfern. Both sides have decided we're going for the 3 points.
Yeah, they're definitely slugging it out now. It's a fantastic run from Etete. He must have beat 3 players. Just couldn't get half a yard to pull the trigger.
Couldn't get the room for the shot, could he? No. Here now is Clark, 25 yards out, other end of the field. Feeds it now for Roberts. Hamir waits in the middle. He'll pull it back to Pritchard. Pritchard has to wait. Was he wrestled to the ground? No, he wasn't. Dan Neal in the D. Gets it away. Ashish, can he get the pass away? Can't get the ball out of his feet. Sunderland doing everything but score at the moment. And now that's a great challenge, goes in far side, and Sunderland win the throw-in.
Yeah, it's really opening up now, the game. I think there's a little bit of petulance in some of these challenges as well. He's got his card out again, the referee.
Is it Colwell he's booked there?
I think it's Colwell that's gone into the book.
Yeah.
He's looked quite useful since he's come on, Colwell.
Yes. We're about to see Ibu Adams coming on for Cardiff. Errol Bullock is not happy with Sunday. I think he wants to make a change, but the fourth official is not in position. I'm not sure what's going on. Here comes Sunderland. Pritchard, though, couldn't find Clark, but he'll win it straight back. Pritchard's done really well winning the ball back here. Neil gets it away. Awashish gets it in. Hamir 12 yards out, couldn't get on the end of it. Cardiff clear again. Now Cardiff are going to get a throw in just short of the halfway line. Well, we've got 13 minutes left. Not quite sure how it's 0-0. And it is going to be a change. In fact, it's Rawls that comes off this time. Oh, he'd come off a little bit earlier, Joe Rawls, but he's coming off now for Abu Adams. I think he's just seeing here, Errol Bullock, that his side is starting to get overrun in places, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I mean, I just think that it's almost got like a basketball game. It's so end to end, you know. And as it starts fashioning into that sort of a game, you just can't but think that Sunderland have got to be favourite. I mean, they've totally outplayed Cardiff here, but they're actually getting some good moments, you know, in the dying phases of this game. Tete has made a difference since he's come on for Cardiff.
That's the slowest walk-off of the season, Joe Rawls, but he gets the high five off his coach. And we've got 13 remaining. I think there will be quite a few added on minutes here. Tony Mowbray is prowling up and down. Errol Bullock looks quite relaxed. We're quite a way away from him here. We stood with our back to him, but his body language looks as though he's not too worried about what's going on. As Colwell has it, wide on the Cardiff left-hand side. There's no doubt it would be a smash and grab, but Cardiff defensively have been superb today.
I think you can't help but feel that's a good result for Cardiff as well. I mean, you look at Sunderland, apart from Leicester, there's nobody got a better plus goal difference.
Yeah. Well, they still need another goal here. It is 0-0 at the moment. You wouldn't rule one out. There's a ball over on this near side for Tanner. He can only head it away, but Sunderland have just started giving it away at the back a little bit here. Perry and G has it, wide on the right. Nicked away, though, by Huggins, and then Clark is fouled. A soft foul, but a foul nevertheless. And it's a free kick for Sunderland.
Yeah, there's just been a little bit of a lull in it for Sunderland, and I think the crowd are, you know, just sensing that. I mean, they've been spoilt really because they've been camped in Cardiff's half for the vast majority of this game.
Now the ball working its way forward. Roberts has gone past one. Awashish gets it back to Roberts, back to Awashish. Can he hit it? He lashes it towards goal, but it's straight at Anik. And the save, a routine one really, but it's another effort on goal. And Sunderland adding to their tally.
He's looked quite lively since he's come on, Ashish.
Yeah, he has.
Looks like he could do a little bit of something. And Patrick Roberts have made a bit of a difference.
Yeah, he's not well from Lorient. The ball on halfway. Sunderland have got it. Time ticks by. More seconds running off the clock. We're into the final 10 minutes or so of normal time here. Mark Wilson and Neil Redfern live at the Stadium of Light. Ball switched to Jack Clark. Huggins makes a great run. down the inside left channel. Gets it back to Clark. Clark midway inside the Cardiff half. Looks again. Sunderland have got an overload on the right. Trey Hume has it. Almost overruns it. Feeds it to Ashish. Gets it away on the far side to Roberts. Roberts to the byline. Cross blocked. Out for a corner.
I tell you what, Collins at left back's done absolutely brilliant for Cardiff. Because he's been up against some tricky customers.
They've taken it quickly though here. Roberts has it. He's going to lay it back to Neil. They're screaming for it in the box, and surely Roberts is going to put it in. No, they play it down to Pritchard. Back to Roberts now. Roberts will whip the ball in. It's headed away by Atete. If there's a criticism there, Sunderland for me have got to put that in sooner.
Yeah, they gild the lily at times. They overplay. It's obviously what Tony Mowbray wants. He wants them to connect passes and try and create space, particularly in wide areas, but definitely at times it's just got to come in the box.
Yeah, now Cardiff are looking to break out. Colwell again on that far side. Finds a nice pass here. Wintle dispossessed though. He had Colwell and Atete trying to get forward with him. Sunderland have got it back. 9 remaining here. Hamir gets it. Can they create one genuine opportunity? They've had a couple of great ones in this second half, but Anik and McGuinness's defensive blocks have somehow kept them out. It is 0-0. Cardiff heroic defensively, have probably got 9 minutes plus. There'll be quite a bit of added on time, I think, in this second half. O'Nien feeds a nice pass out to Roberts. Roberts heads off towards the edge of the penalty area, right hand side onto his left foot. Driving across goal now, he's dispossessed. That was again it was Collins. Defensively he's been phenomenal here.
Yeah, they've been really thorough as well around the box, Mark. You know, they track runners and made it difficult for Sunderland.
Colwell finds Atete. Can he keep it in far side? Well, he's lost possession too easily. And again the red and whites go forward again. Ashish gets it forward. He gets it away to Pritchard, who finds Roberts, who finds Neil. It just needs someone to be brave enough to miss, to hit the target. Someone maybe to have a shot that's unexpected instead of trying to work it into the final third. Here now is a ball for Hamir. Hamir though is beaten to it, and it's going out for a throw-in down below us for Sunderland.
Again, great defending. Spots the run, gets across, just clears his lines. They've done that really, really well all this game, Cardiff.
Here now is Huggins trying to beat his man. Huggins goes past one, but Tanner takes it off him right and down by the touchline and then wins a throw-in. Over 40,000 here at the Stadium of Light as we tick down to 83 minutes now. Remember, in the Premier League this afternoon there were a draw at the Emirates as Arsenal ended 2-2 with Tottenham. Brighton lead Bournemouth by 3-1. Chelsea were beaten at home by Aston Villa, and Liverpool beat West Ham by 3-1. It's goalless. Sheffield United Newcastle just kicked off. Updates to that over on TalkSport in the Sunday session. And in Scotland, Aberdeen 4, Ross County 0, Rangers 1, Motherwell 0. 41,581 in today, and I think despite the good performance from Sunderland, a lot of those are going to go unhappy, Neil, because they've done everything but score.
Yeah, they have. I mean, there's only been short, small flurries of noise from the Sunderland supporters because really it's been one of that sort of games, you know, and they've kept good controlled possession and they've worked their way around the pitch really well, Sunderland, but you know, they've defended well, Cardiff. You've got to give them some credit, I think.
Yeah, no, they have. They've sat in, but they've done it really well. Yeah, they've had a couple of bits of luck, but there's a little bit of luck there for Sunderland, actually. As O'Nien tried to clear his own line, and it bounced off Ollie Tanner, hit him in the face and went behind for a goal kick to Sunderland. Sometimes you need to ride your luck. Certainly away from home in the Championship, you know you're going to be put under severe pressure, and Sunderland have had Cardiff under pressure.
I think the fact that Sunderland overplay gives you a chance to correct mistakes, to get back in, you know, if people get out of shape for Cardiff.
Given away by Dan Neil. Here's Colwell, left hand side. Now there's a few blue shirts arriving forward. Ball laid back there by Siopis. And the ball now works its way out to this near side, but it's safety first from Cardiff for now. Now they'll work it forward. McGuinness has it on halfway. Hamir closes him down, gets the ball away, almost given away there by Abu Adams, and he'll have to go back.
I'm just going to say there, Mark, you can't help but feel if there is going to be a goal, it's either going to be a mistake or an absolute brilliant strike. That's what you feel is going to make the difference.
Yeah. Throw in here for Cardiff, who if they take it quickly have got numbers down this right-hand side, level with the edge of the Sunderland area. They've not really tested Patterson's goal at all, but they've got a chance here.
To be fair, it's Cardiff that's having a little bit more possession now and being a little bit more, structured in the build-up. We haven't seen this from Cardiff, really.
Well, Sunderland have had 16 shots, 6 of those on target. Cardiff had 4 shots, none on target. Patterson's not made a save today. But you get the feeling there's going to be a twist in the turn here, in the tail here. And Sunderland, they've given away a corner. Yeah. Well, that might be it, because that was good work again from Colwell down that left-hand side, making a nuisance of himself. And the attempted back pass over on the far side from O'Nien was way short and went out for a goal, for a corner kick.
I'm sure this has been by design, Errol Bullock, because gradually, bit by bit, with the substitutes that have come on, there's been more blue shirts in that forward line.
Yeah,
they've almost edged their way in.
Yeah, they have. And Sunderland have got everybody back here, which is surprising. Cardiff now coming forward, the blue shirts. Are they going to snatch it at the stadium alight? Oh, they might do. They have done. It's gone in. McGuinness somehow might have got the final touch. A needless corner given away by Sunderland. The ball bouncing around. I think it hit McGuinness on its way in. And the smash and grab complete. Sunderland 0, Cardiff 1.
Well, that's all about the quality of the delivery. I mean, we've talked about this, that might happen. And it's come from a mistake. The corner's come from a mistake. He's played the ball out. He doesn't need to play the ball out. And it's a great delivery into the box. Fantastic header. And they've just look at the red and white shirts, bowed, despondent. They've dominated this game. But they've done a job on them at this moment in time. They're doing a number on them, Cardiff.
Well, McGuinness it was who celebrated whether he got the final touch or not, as Sunderland make another late change. It's a debut for Nazari Rusin, who comes on, the former Zorya man, 24 years old. Tony Mowbray would have wanted to thrust him on at this stage in this situation, but Sunderland now have got round about 3 minutes of normal time plus any added on. A game they have dominated, and the first effort on target for Cardiff, and it's in the back of the net. It's Sunderland 0, Cardiff 1. And we mentioned the defensive effort that has kept Cardiff in the game. Well, now here comes Sunderland. Rusin, his first touch was to win a corner. It wasn't, he was offside.
Yeah, they must be so frustrated here, Sunderland. But to be fair to Errol Bullock, he's had his game plan. He's frustrated Sunderland. They've sat deep. They've got numbers behind the ball. They've made it difficult for them. And they have had chances, but they've always been under pressure. Sunderland have defended well, Cardiff. And as they've gone on, he's made his substitutions. He's added blue shirts to that forward line. And they've grew into this game attack-wise. And it's an error that's forced the corner. Great ball in. Fantastic header. 1-0 Cardiff.
Yeah. Now a free kick for a foul on 09. What I will say about Cardiff, they've looked a completely different team once Ruben Colwell and Keon Atete have come on. They've certainly had a little bit more go forward.
Yeah, more legs. They can get in and around the front quicker.
Well, here comes Sunderland now. Maybe now they'll be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more direct. Clark on the left. Tried to go past Tanner, who's defended well, but he just kicks it. That was like a rugby union kick for touch, wasn't it? Get it out of our half and get it into their half. That's what they've done. Cardiff 1-0 up. In some way, you've got to admire it, Neil, because we've kept saying, as much as they've had to defend, that McGuinness has kept out 3 goals at one end, and now he's scored the goal at the other end.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it was always probably going to be a set play, that got Cardiff in front.
Well, here are Sunderland. They've got plenty of red and white shirts forward. Little flick pass. Guess who's there? McGuinness. Just walks it out, and then as they try and close down the clearance, it comes off a Sunderland player, and it's a goal kick. And I guess the meaningful question now for Sunderland fans with 30 seconds remaining is how long will be added on here. And the referee, to be fair, is all over Cardiff now, saying, look, get the ball back in play. I'm going to add on any time you waste here. But this We've had a flurry of substitutions. How long will we get added on? This is going to be crucial for Sunderland. We said there would be a late twist here, and it has come against the run of play. But Mark McGuinness touching in that corner that was given away by O'Nien's error when he didn't need to kick the ball out of play. The fourth official is down below us, and it's 5 added on minutes. We're into those now. You're live on TalkSport 2. Don't forget the NFL to come as Patterson slams the ball out wide. Clark takes it on the chest. Great first touch, finds Hamir, finds Pritchard. Pritchard now back to Clark. Clark goes past one. Can he get across? He's surrounded by blue shirts and outnumbered and outmuscled, and he falls to the ground. And now the ball on over the top. Patterson has come racing out. Sweeper keeper heads it to O'Nien. I think there's another goal in this. I'm not ruling out which way it's going, Neil.
No, it's interesting that they've doubled up on Clark as well on this left-hand side, Cardiff.
Yeah.
You know, they're really making it difficult now in wide areas.
Ashish gets the ball midway inside the Cardiff half. Nice little flick pass, finds Roberts. Ball back to Ashish, needs to win it against the Tete. He didn't win it, and now Cardiff can break. And now the ball fed out here wide. Here's Ollie Tanner. Tanner coming forward now. O'Nien had a swing and a miss. Tanner with a little flick, gets it away. Atete then plays it back out wide, and maybe just needed to put that ball on the floor. And now a chance here. Was that a free kick? It is for Sunderland. I think Cardiff have wasted an opportunity there.
Yeah, great chance. I mean, they were light for numbers there as well defensively. Sunderland just needed the right pass at the right time.
Here they go forward now. Sunderland, everybody going forward. Now driving into the area as Roberts lays it off for Pritchard. Ball over the top, too heavy, and it off his line. And again, trying to walk the ball into the back of the net when maybe it just needs someone to swing the boot and find the back of the net.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely trying to create the perfect opportunity, and football just doesn't work like that. You know, it's about the percentages and getting shots on target and making the goalkeeper make saves. They just haven't done that enough this afternoon.
Ball out. We've had 2 of the minimum 5. Throwing was taken almost from the front row of the stand there by Luke O'Nien. Patterson will clear it forward. It's taken on the half turn here by Trey Hume. He will feed it out wide for Roberts. Roberts has got Hamir down the touchline. Instead he goes to Trey Hume now. There are 4 red and white shirts in front of him. He didn't find any of them. Ballard will get the ball back. He now is off, making up an extra centre forward. So they're wide open at the back here. Sunderland, they've got the ball down by the corner flag. Can they produce a cross? No, they can't. And chances are starting to run out. Time is running out now. As a ball played across here now is Tanner, and Cardiff about maybe to wrap this game up in style. On the break they'll feed it in. Chance for 2-0. Great save Patterson. Great save from Patterson there. Denies Wintle what would surely have been the winner, but it's behind for a corner and more valuable seconds eking off the clock. Cardiff leads Sunderland by a goal to 0.
Yeah, I mean, you have to say Earl Bullock has got this spot on with his side. They've built into this game attacking wise. You know, it's not been pretty at the beginning.
Well, look at this, Neil. The referee's pointing to his watch. He's walking by Ruben Colwell as he's taking an eternity to go to the corner flag, saying, look, I've stopped the clock. Take as long as you want. It's getting added on. We've got 2 minutes added on. Now they're playing it in the corner. I think that's a throw in for Sunderland. It is. For 2 minutes. That was a great save from Paddock. The first thing he's had to do, and he kept it out.
Yeah.
Sunderland, can they fashion a late leveller at the Stadium of Light? Sunderland coming forward now with Neil, feeds it off wide on the right. Roberts again, he's almost taking a run up. He's coming deep, trying to run at defenders. Can they get something into the box for Hamir? Big centre forward, big target in the box if they can find him. Clark tries to work it out wide. He slipped, but in the end it might become a good pass. It does. They keep it in down by the byline here. Need to find a cross for Pritchard. Heads it towards goalkeeper, comes out and does really well. They needed maybe Hamir challenging him there. I think the Sunderland player's injured. He was clattered by Anik. And once again the referee points at his watch and says, I'm adding it all on. We've got a minute left of the minimum 5. And Anik now is down injured. The referee's all over it. The Sunderland fans are frustrated, Neil, but the referee couldn't make it any clearer. He's going to add on the time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that they've been absolutely fantastic at the back, Cardiff. They've defended so well. You know, Gutas McGuinness made it so difficult for Sunderland. Jack Hannick in goal as well has played his part, and he came for that cross there. And as a defender, when you're tired and your legs are shot, it's the type of thing you want to see your goalkeeper and just clearing up the danger. Great catch, brave goalkeeping.
Yeah, you have to say he's had a really good game, Jack Hannick. Anything he's been asked to do, he's done it. Marlon Romeo comes on for Ryan Winkle. We're in added on time at the Stadium of Light, and Hannick's going to waste another couple of seconds. We'll be interested how long he does add on here, the referee. I'd say at least 1, maybe 2 more minutes. He looks at his watch again.
Don't you just feel, though, Mark, that they've not changed anything as regards the way they've approached this Sunderland, and it's almost gone against them a little bit.
Yeah.
It's all been pass. Yeah. They've overplayed at times.
Well, here's a chance now. Ball squared here. Must be a chance for Tanner for 2-0. He's put it over. He got the ball on the penalty spot. Patterson in front of him, and he didn't hit the target. As Sunderland tried to play out from the back, Cardiff there should have wrapped up the point. Still 1-0.
Well, that was probably the best chance of the game. He were absolutely stood in front of goal with only the goalkeeper to beat.
Amir does well on halfway. Can he find a teammate? Needs to find one now in a red and white shirt. The ball will work its way out to Clark. This is it now for Sunderland. They're advancing. There are 6 waiting in the middle for Clark's cross. Clark to the byline. Needs to find a cross and couldn't find one. And Jack Clark is beaten away. Pritchard will get it. Everybody's forward here. Somebody's just got to get it in the box. We're into the 7th added on minute. Sunderland 0, Cardiff 1. NFL action to come with Nat Coombs, and it'll be coming up shortly because the full-time whistle goes at the Stadium of Light.